Hi there! We are officially under contract and I am so excited. I just wanted to take some time to make a video going over what it is that each deadline looks like. I know that this can kind of be an overwhelming time, but I've got you. I'm here to help you and guide you through this. There's no need to stress or worry. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to me. But I just wanted to give you a brief rundown and a brief overview of what each of these deadlines looks like so that you can walk forward confidently and feel a little bit better about what it is that's going to happen during each of these deadlines. Okay, so what I want you to know is that you can reference any of these deadlines in our contract. I have emailed you a copy of our accepted offer, so go ahead and feel free to reference that anytime that you're wanting to. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. I have also sent you an email with all of our deadline dates, so you can feel free to reference that anytime that you'd like as well. Something that I really recommend that you do, and that I have already done, is to put all of these deadlines in your phone with reminders. That way you're up to speed, you don't need to feel stressed out or like you're behind on anything. You can pull it up and see exactly what deadline is on what date and make sure that we're getting everything done in time so that we do meet our deadlines. Okay, so let's go over the first deadline, which is seller's disclosures. The seller's disclosures deadline is really just the time for the sellers to tell us anything that they know about their home. It is the time in which they get to tell us about any existing or pre-existing concerns with the home. They can tell us of any updates that have been made to the home. It's also their time to let us know if they have replaced any light bulbs or done anything like that. I mean, this is just the time that they tell us every single thing that they know about the house. Something I want you to keep in mind though is that sellers are not perfect humans. They're just like us, just like everybody else. They are going to do everything that they can to remember everything that has happened since they've owned this home to the best of their abilities. But if they can't remember replacing a light bulb in a bedroom 5 years ago, it's okay. Understand that nobody's perfect, but they are going to do their best, again, just to remember everything and list it down in the seller's disclosures. Sellers also are not aware of every single thing going on. So if there's damage on the roof or something, they may not get up to the roof very often to even know that there's some damage to a shingle or something like that. They also probably don't have their sewer systems looked at very often, so if there's a problem with that, they probably won't list it down. The point that I am trying to get across is just that sellers will do their very best to list everything they're aware of. This is why it's so important to get a home inspection. And that leads me to the very next deadline, which is our buyer due diligence deadline. This is the time in which we have to have every single inspection that we want done on the home done. So as soon as we get under contract, I recommend looking at the email that I have sent you that lists all of the home inspection companies and home inspectors that my clients have loved and that have done a good job, to just get a starting point. You are not obligated to use anybody on the list. It's really just some recommendations for you so that you know where to start. Feel free to Google, feel free to look on Facebook, feel free to look on Yelp, wherever it is that you want to look. Feel free to ask friends and family. Just get a good idea of the different home inspectors out there, the different tests that they do. All of the ones that I have sent you really do a great job, but you can use anybody that you want as long as they're a certified home inspector. The reason that you want to use a certified home inspector is because this is their job. They do this for a living. They have the certifications and the training to see things that most people are not going to be aware of and that aren't trained to even look for. So that's very important that you use them. It's also important because they're going to have equipment that most people don't have so they can conduct extra tests. It's just very, very important that you use someone that is certified. So please make sure that you do that. If you have any questions about that, I'm here to answer them. But everybody I've sent you is certified. Typically, a home inspection costs between $300 and $350. It's all dependent upon the square footage of the home. I have already made a video that goes over what the home inspection process looks like and what it is that you can expect and what we need to do on our end, so you can feel free to watch that to get a better idea of that. But once we have our home inspection report, we're going to use that as well as the seller's disclosures, put them side by side, and see what additional testing we want done, if any. We just want to make sure that we have all of our testing done during this deadline because this is the time in which we have to negotiate with the sellers if anything is a concern and anything needs to be replaced or fixed. If we wait until after the buyer due diligence deadline to have any type of home inspection done or any type of test and something comes back as needing to be repaired, we have lost our negotiation power and everything would be on us at that point. So make sure that you get this done during this deadline, and I'm here to help you out in any way that I can to make sure that all of that is taken care of. Our next deadline, and the deadline right before the last, is the financing and appraisal deadline. So during this deadline, the lender has already ordered an appraisal, so the appraiser is going to head out to the home, get the appraisal done, which is going to establish value for the home, and it is also going to let us know if there are any appraisal required repairs that need to be made during this time period. So if something comes back as needing to be repaired, we will have to make sure that that gets done. Depending on how we've written up our contract, all of that is the seller's job. We may have to negotiate through some of it. It's just dependent on our contract. So I will let you know what it is that we need to do and where we need to go from here. But this is where any type of negotiation will be conducted. So this is really the time in which the lender and the title officer are working their magic. I'm working with them, they're working with me, they're working with you, but you and I are not doing a ton of work right now because this is when they are working their magic. So any appraisal report that I get back, I will talk to you about and make sure that you're aware of what's going on. But there's a lot of moving parts right now, and you can just lay back, relax, know that we're taking care of it, and they're gonna contact you when they need anything from you or to make you aware of anything. So the final deadline is settlement, and this is the very best deadline. This is when we get together and we sign all of the paperwork. We're just going over everything. I'm here with your closing gift, and we'll take a cute picture. During settlement, we're just going over all the paperwork, making sure everything is correct, getting copies of whatever it is that you need from the title officer, and just making sure that everything is taken care of and we're good to go. As soon as this is done, you are good to start buying furniture, to start doing whatever it is that you're wanting to do that you haven't been able to do because of you being on top of things and knowing that you can't do anything to hurt your credit or to hurt your DTI. So I'm super proud of you. This is the time you can go do that. It typically takes about a day for everything to transfer over and for the funds to record, but once that happens, we will drive up to your house, so I will meet you there and I will get you the keys and it's all yours, and congratulations. That is an overview of what the process looks like as soon as we are under contract. Let me know if you have any questions because I'm here to help out. But hopefully this makes you feel a little bit more calm and at peace and confident to move forward in this transaction.